So what? So what? Sometimes the toughest part about growing up
is waiting for your parents to let you do so.
That is sometimes the toughest part. Think about when you were a teenager, and nobody in this room, we're not so old that we don't remember that, okay? As a teenager, what did you want? Did you want your parents to be around you all the time? Did you want your parents to be totally all over you and pushing you and teaching you and what did you want? You wanted them to just back off. I don't care if it's in the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. We just wanted our parents to back off a little bit and relax. The greatest phrase I ever heard, I was sitting with a parent, mother and father, and their teenage daughter. And the daughter just was so frustrated. And I love my kids because they come in and they feel free to say whatever they want. And it's great. And she turned to her mom and she said, you know what? You just need to get a life. Just get a life because this is my life. Get your own. And I thought, good for you. Good for you. Get a life. And as parents, we really need to do that. We need to get a life. We have to change the lens that we see our teenagers through. We have to take off that lens and go, really, what is happening here? And I'm going to talk about how to do that in just a couple of minutes. And again, we have to go from coach to caddy. So one thing I do want to emphasize, though, is where do you learn stuff? Or pardon me, where do you grow the most? It's when you experience life. You know, you can tell me all you want what it tastes like to have French wine. I don't drink wine. I never have. I have no idea what it tastes like. Oh, it's buttery and it's, I don't know. But if I experience it, that's the difference. And so we have to let our kids experience things. We have to let them go out and do things that normally we would say, oh crap, don't do that. We're afraid because we want to hold on. Our kids don't want us to hold on. And what you're going to do is you're going to find that the tighter you hold, the more they'll fight against you. There's a principle that I call, and I think I might talk about this later, but the principle that I call the donkeys are us principle, which is if you grab a donkey by the face and try to get it to go somewhere with you, it's not going to go. But every good farmer knows that if you want a donkey to follow you, you come alongside it and you walk with it. You cannot pull a donkey. You cannot pull your kids. You have to come alongside them and you have to walk with them and experience life with them and let them experience life. Let them go out and get their heart broken. Yeah, I know, and as a mom, she's going, how can you do that? No, but let me ask you a question. Have you ever had your heart broken?
Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone in this room has. Everyone, except for you, Jake. Everyone in this room has had their heart broken. And what does it do? It adds experience. There's a movie that I saw, and I'm going a little bit off topic here, but that's okay because I think this is an important principle. It's a movie that I saw once, and I can't remember what it was, but this mom was absolutely paranoid of this kid. And it was this small neighborhood. And in this neighborhood, they had a football team. And the kid wanted to be on the football team so badly. And so it shows the picture of the kids out on the football field playing and stuff, and the coach going, and all of this. And then the kids stop, and they look, and the camera pans over to this kid, whose, mom is concerned. And the kid comes walking in like this. He has pillows and mattresses and everything wrapped around him. Because, his mom doesn't want him to get hurt in football. I played football. I coached football. It hurts. We can't do that. We cannot protect our kids. Who in here has seen the movie Finding Nemo? Who has kids and hasn't seen Finding Nemo? Come on. Okay, Marlin. Marlin and Dory are caught with a whale. Caught in the whale's mouth. And Marlin is fighting to get out. He is trying so hard to get out of this whale. I have to tell him how old sea turtles are. And Dory is floating along going, woo, la, 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 la. And Marlin sinks down to the bottom. And he's sitting on the tongue of the whale. And Dory goes down and says, oh, it's okay. It's all right. We'll get out of this. And Marlon says, you don't understand. I promised him I would never let anything happen to him. Dory says, that's a funny thing to promise. Because if you don't let him do anything, how can he learn anything? And I think she called him Waldo or something like that. You know. Anyhow, but really, we've got to let our kids go a little bit. Okay? So in summary, for this, the way that you choose to see your teen will alter the view. Will alter your view. And again, the word that I want to really highlight here is choose. You make a choice every time your child walks in the room. Every time that you go in and see the underwear hanging off the wall and the stuff, you make a choice as to how you are going to see your child. So that's really important. And your teen will distance themselves when they feel disrespected. Does this mean that we have to dance around and go, oh, I don't want to make them upset? No, make them upset. That's okay. You know, I mean, our job as parents is to try to go through life and not mess them up too badly. That's our job. Okay? But they will distance themselves when they don't feel respected. And finally, we need to move from coach to cat. Okay? So, I want to move past this. So that's question number one. What am I doing wrong? Nothing, really. Just back off a little bit. Just back off and choose how are you going to see your teen. So, do you have any questions about anything that I've talked about so far?
How did it said that when you're caught up in the emotional turbulence of it all?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you know, guys, I've been called a parenting expert. My kids will tell you, I ain't that good. You don't understand. Yeah, you don't understand, Dad. But, you know what? None of us know what we're doing. Seriously, that is the biggest revelation to most of the kids that I see, is your mom and dad, they're faking it. They have no clue what they're doing. They're just faking it. And the kids go, what do you mean? Well, think about it. I've never gone, well, actually, I have gone to school to learn how to be a parent, but most people haven't gone to school to learn how to do this stuff. And we're faking it. You know, when my 12-year-old comes in, and I mean, he's the worst liar in the world. But when he comes in and lies, and I go, raw, like that on him, and I go, crap, shouldn't have done that. We all do it. We all make mistakes. And I agree with you. So the key is to keep this in the back of your mind. Keep that nugget of Tiger Woods in your brain. And when you feel yourself going like this, and this is what we're going to talk about next, is the emotional stuff. When you feel yourself going like that,